financial literacy campaign. We help people make and save more money. In times like this, don't you think that's important? Okay, again, very simple. Don't overcomplicate it. I know we've got fancy words like financial security and independence and all that stuff. Believe it or not, most people walking down the street, most people working at Macy's or working somewhere, they just have a 9 to 5. They've gotten so beaten up that they don't understand what security is about. They just want to survive, right? Of course, you're going to find people who are much more than just survival. But asking people if it's important versus aren't you interested, or are you interested, or let's set up an appointment, or would you like me to help you with that, becomes very, very salesy, right? It's like an indirect sales. Yes, I'm going to repeat it again. So when somebody asks me, this is me. By the way, this is my experience I'm sharing with you, right? So if you, for example, Gloria's pitch wasn't bad at all. If that works for her, then go ahead and use it, right? Stefan's pitch wasn't bad at all. I mean, many of you shared, you had some great pointers. This is what I say to keep it super, super simple, superstar, because I don't want to pour everything in an elevator pitch. I want to get in, say what I got to say, get the number, and then call them back. That's it. That's it. I'm not interested in anything else. I'm not going to explain things. I don't have time for that, right? So when somebody asks, what do? I say I'm part of a huge campaign for financial literacy. I'm part of a huge, you got to emphasize huge, because are we huge? Of course we're huge. There's nobody bigger than us, right? We're part of a huge financial literacy campaign where we work with our community to help them make and save more money. Don't you think that's important? I'm part of a huge financial literacy campaign. We help our community make and save more money. In times like these, don't you think that's important? Don't you think that's important? And if they say, yeah, that's important, and they don't ask anything else, I say, I'd love to share our free workshops with you. What's a good email address or a phone number I can connect the link to? That's it. And then I take out my phone and I say, why don't I call you so that you can save my number, and I'll be in touch with you with the link. That's it. I take my phone out and I say, why don't I call you so that you can save my number, and that way I can have your number to send you the link. Very easy. What do? I'm part of a huge financial literacy campaign. We help our community make and save more money. Don't you think that's important? Again, important. That's it. There's not going to be anybody that you come across that says, no, financial literacy is not important. And then if you can say that first part, I'm part of a huge financial literacy campaign. We help people save and make more money. We help our community save and make more money. Then after that first phase, the second sentence that you say really could change based on who you're talking to. If I'm at an event and I'm talking to Gloria, and Gloria is the head of her organization, regardless of what that organization is, if she says, yes, it's important, I'm going to say, hey, Gloria, I have a great idea. Why don't we work on a project together? Ooh, project sounds amazing. Project sounds fun. Project sounds like we're making an impact. Hey, Gloria, I've got a great idea. Why don't we work on a project together? Sure, what project? A project that can educate the community. I know you're very well connected. And this is what I say all the time. Part of our outreach program, write this down, as part of our outreach program, we work and collaborate. We work and collaborate with organizations. If she's not part of an organization, she owns a company, you say with companies with small businesses, with large businesses. I don't care who you're working with, who are you collaborating with. It could change. Does that make sense? You can say that to anybody. If I'm working with Daisy and Daisy is a realtor, I'm going to say, hey, Daisy, we work with realtors in our community. Do you see how you can approach it with everybody? Anybody? You can plug in anything that you say. Hey, Stepan, we work with young entrepreneurs like yourself in our community, and we put workshops together completely free as part of our outreach program. We put workshops together completely free as part of the outreach program. Gloria, I'd love to work with you so that we can make an impact. Gloria, I would love to work with you so that we can make an impact. Daisy, I'd love to work with you so that we can make an impact. Yamershat, I'd love to work with you so that we can make an impact. Is that easy? Yes? So the first part, hey, Virginia, what do you do? Look, you look so sharp. Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm part of a huge financial literacy campaign, and we help our community make and save more money. Don't you think it's important nowadays with everything going on? Yeah, absolutely. In fact, you look sharp too. I'd love to connect with you and share more about the workshops, and maybe even send you a link so you can check it out. Here's my phone number. Let me call you so that you can save it. That's it. That's all the time I got in an elevator, right? Even if that, I get the phone number, I'll say, I'll be in touch. I'll send you the link. I'd love to talk to you more about it. That's it. The more you say, the less interested they're going to be, because there's no reason to have a conversation. You've already told them what you do. The less you tell them, the more anticipation you have to be able to set up an appointment so that you can drop by with your trainer, with a teammate, with whoever you can, and it'll create more opportunity. Does that make sense? Yes? And if you're at a barbecue, you're at an event, you're at a networking, you're at a park, you're with your kids, they're playing with their friends at the park, and you get to know a mom, you're going to ask, what do you do? Wear a pin. You're going to talk about what you do. You're going to get to ask them, what do you do? And they're going to tell you, oh, I work for a corporate company, or oh, I do this, or I do that. Man, I've got a great idea. I'd love to collaborate with you. This is what we do. We provide free financial literacy as part of our outreach program. I'd love to work with you so that we can make an impact. Guys, what I'm telling you works. You're going to be so busy hosting a bunch of workshops for realtors. In fact, I've got one, I'm going to Diamond Bar. I'm doing a workshop for a huge real estate office there. And that's like on a monthly basis, every single month. And that helps people to get to know me. I present value to them and creates a relationship that isn't based on product or isn't based on recruit that disappears. It's based on a relationship, knowing that, hey, I'm there to first and foremost give them value. Remember, every single relationship you have should be value-based. Make sense? So again, very easy, very simple. Hey, Virginia, what do you do? I work with a huge company, and I emphasize huge. And my team will tell you, when we do this exercise, like if you don't make a big deal out of the word huge, you fail. Okay? You gotta put some umph in your words, right? So you can't say, I work with a huge company. We help families make and save more money. Don't you think that's important? Oh my God, you don't even think that's important. Like, wake up, be excited. When you're excited, you're fired up. People want to see what you're so fired up about. Make sense? So the only reason you're going to get a number or an interest is not these magic words. As you saw, my words were much more simpler than anybody else's. But I'm excited, right? I'm excited and I'm enthusiastic about what I'm doing. So what do? I work with an incredible company. I work with a huge organization that helps families make and save more money. Don't you think that's important nowadays? Absolutely. Have you seen inflation? I mean, in California, all you have to do is just go pump gas and you're already depressed in the morning, right? So people are going to be attracted to what you say. Don't ask them to be interested. That automatically gives them that, hint of, interested. Well, Gloria is my friend. Gloria is my cousin. Gloria is my I just got to know Gloria. If she says, yes, I'm interested, maybe Gloria is going to sell me something. I don't want to buy anything. I don't want to give anybody my money, right? There's that hesitance. But if Gloria doesn't ask if you're interested, Gloria's asking, isn't this important? Then your learning completely changes. The demeanor, the intention totally changes. And then when you talk about, hey, I've got a great idea, why don't we work on a project together? That creates an opportunity for Gloria. Gloria is going to be seen more through the project. Make sense? Daisy's going to be seen more through the project. And I can't tell you how many people actually want this workshop in their business. You're not going to know until you open your mouth. You know, I'll tell you, anytime I'm anywhere, Gina, when I'm working with somebody and they tell me, they're a small business owner, like I'll do this at networking events, right? Almost everybody at a networking event is either an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, that means they're working on their own, self-employed, or maybe they have a small business. And I know today small businesses are barely just surviving, right? There aren't a whole lot of small businesses that are absolutely thriving. So one of the things that I'll say in our conversation or collaboration, let's say Gina has a small business, and I say, hey, so they come to my table or I go to their table, and again, I'm wearing the pin. What do? I'm going to change it a little bit if I see Gina and Gina owns a business. I'm going to say, hey, Gina, I'm part of a huge financial literacy campaign, and we help families make and save more money. Don't you think that's important? That first part doesn't change, right? That first part doesn't change. If she says yes, I'm going to say, Gina, in fact, we work with small business owners just like you. It's always just like them, right? Kimberly, we work with small business owners just like you. Jonathan, we work with small business, Irene, not Jonathan. Irene, we work with small business owners just like you. And I'm like, how? To help them save more money on taxes and be better prepared for retirement. We help small business owners just like you provide financial literacy to their small business employees. We help business owners just like you provide financial education to their employees. Irene, we find that a lot of small businesses may not be able to afford providing benefits like 401k to their employees. But you can certainly provide financial education, right? And if you can help somebody feel more comfortable with their finance, they're going to get more work done. By the way, this is true. Statistically, there was a survey done. I was at